Okay. Hello. Welcome, welcome. Ugh. Been a couple days on my end. We're gonna kind of follow the threads we left behind last time. The last session was after we had defeated our Grand Silk Mother, Grandma. It would be Grandma, probably. Anyway, we got an ending, but like it's clear there's more, both from a perspective of like I don't know if you do act title cards if you only have 2 acts and they're not really delineated by any major differences. You can have a 2-act like play, like that's real. It's just like the Act 1 and Act 2 don't feel distinct enough for you to for me to think you would have them without a third. And more relevantly, I talked about how Hollow Knight handles its endings and how I figure Silksong will do something similar. So, I'm gonna go ahead and hide myself. So we're following a thread from the caretaker of Songclave here, who has kind of like gotten onto us as a like, hey, you're not looking to bind the Silk Mother. You're looking to free us from like remove the Silk Mother and not usurp the Silk Mother, that sort of thing. And like, yeah, your plan binding won't work, but maybe myself and some of my colleagues can help. So, still clinging to her failed chapel. And we have a piece of this in from the Bile Water, Bile Haven, the like use of the like soul magic there as a starting point. So, oh, silk hearts. One more silk heart. That's what's regenning us to 2, because we got one of those from Lace. I understand. Then we got our, yeah. So let's head down to... Let's head down to Bone Bottom. That's... What else do I have on the... Hold on, before I leave, I want to see what else I have on the... Oh, yes. We are supposed to find the second sentinel in the high halls somewhere. After we've seen them, there's supposed to be a guardian, like they're much like we have a lot of these like automata imbued with a soul, and that's a imbued or not imbued. You know, that we had this cog heart we put in. Like there's the architect. There's the fourth chorus. They're different numbered pieces, and then like that also sort of relates to Lace as a not an automata, but a being just purely of silk and soul. Anyway, I want to go to Bellway. We want to head over to Bone Bottom, have a conversation. Way down. And so this is every station. The putrefied duct says our last place to go. Then we have this, you know, the Bellway's our link up. So many bells. Okay. Alright, let's get those little bugs flying. I love passing through here. Hello.
Cadestre.
Okay.
Goro Citadel.
Better fight for freedom and go out and blaze. Better come up with some sort of...
Goro Citadel. Toro Dano. Goro Citadel.
Yeah, more than a weaver.
Toro Dano.
Perhaps. So we've gotten... Okay, another, like, specifically, like, you know, using pure soul rather than silk, which silk is close to soul, but it's not the same. This is empty. Now, I think the third person we want to talk to is down in below the bells in the bell heart. There's like this this person that's been yelling at us, like first as like a slave to the silk thralls that are going on, but also like just as a replacement of the existing you. Yeah, the bell hermit. My nephew.
Da, Finistra.
Suspect you're hoarding more than most.
Apta.
Okay.
Mamo Nera Lila. Menasor.
Alright, so our third one here. Alright, so the last piece of this is the snare setter, and I'm gonna go talk to... I guess I'm gonna head down to the 12th architect and see what they might have to say. The way there is... Cauldron, okay. I see. Let's head to the Beltway. Let's head back into the Citadel. And before we spring this trap, I am going to head up to the High Halls. Flip. I love the flips. We want the underworks. These tunnels are really cool. Alright. Alright, okay. Hello.
Mi offende?
Si, Mandore.
I like the architect crest. It's a cool one. Strong. The platforming of it is something I don't.
Regina Fora.
Ah, Willema.
Tamilian.
I love how impressed Hornet is with all of it.
Wapta Deradano. Ah, Willema.
Okay. If that doesn't lead us where we want to be, let's go have... We can head back to the Songclave and have a chat. This would be where I would expect some sort of... Well, okay, hold on. Who else would a snare be? Because, like... You know, we're clearly looking for... The Huntress up top doesn't seem right just because of how close by the other soul was.
Gafama.
Oh. You want us going into... Oh, I remember this. No. Okay. Yeah, we had, in these, there's actually a few things down in these deep areas that, like, we haven't touched. This bell. The diving bell. But also, like, there was, like, a crafting... Okay, so we'll head down there. Thank you for the reminder. I'd like the spool fragment and craft metal at some point. Okay, how are you doing?
Dalaka Rivenda.
A lot of travel today. Which, you know, makes sense. Let's head over to the high halls. I think now's a good time to do our wandering here.
That's fine.
By the will of the conductors.
Benny Frank.
I like our frank discussion of the power of Faraloom and how things changed. How this was built. Alright, so we need to go up a little bit. Here. Ah, here we are. Hello. Oh, I see the other.
Nesvir. Cadestre.
Yeah, Hornet can read the room pretty well here. We were summoned here by, yeah, perhaps a friend as we had traveled, but...
Yanara.
Malegara actum.
Okay. Okay, that's the cross. learn your moves. At least it's a very easy comeback up here. So we've got a whole lot of, like, different slash styles here. We've got the Terminus est slash. Yeah, oh boy. Too close for that. Yeah, okay. So the holding out 2 that goes up like that is one that I need to better respond to, because the act of just, like, being above when the second sentinel goes up like that, this is a... Bad. Oh, okay, you have a charge when you're doing that. Too close for the Terminus est. I actually want to be fighting pretty far away from you if possible. Oh, that's, yeah, that's a... Back off. Oh boy. Okay. Yeah, I was too close to that. Ooh, that one has a knock-up, too. Okay. Alright, so what I'm finding in this fight is that we want to be fighting at a distance. Poison's good. These all seem like fine tools to be bringing. We just want to be playing the long-term poison. Because, like, the second Sentinel's most dangerous stuff I'm seeing is, like, when we're close in. Crossblades. Yeah, keep the poison off. Oh no! Okay, keep ourselves healed up. Staying above seems also fine unless it's the, you know, as long as we're not dealing with that right there. I like that we can see the charge on that. That's... Oh boy. Oh boy. Close. You up in this corner, please? Okay. Yeah, playing defensively and letting the poison do the trick is a big part of this. Okay. Buddy, we are not... Okay. Buddy. We're good.
Fadastama.
Hornet just like that. Nah, that was what you were meant to do. That was what you were built. Your job. Let us part as friends. Yeah. You can see this room of other sentinels fallen too. Yeah. I'm happy to have made another friend here.
Yeah.
Reserve bind. See you later, bud. It's a reserve tank. Okay. And it's like a reserve tank that, like, basically gives us a bottomed out, like, we can hit a button and heal. Like, we have, in that top left, we've got, like, 3 pips, but, like, if we have that reserve on, we always have one last button to hit. Okay. There are definitely fights where we might want to have the ability to go slightly further instead of, like, we know there are fights where poison isn't effective because enemies leave too often. We know there are fights where, in this one it was really effective because, like, we wanted to play defensively. I didn't want to be engaging close to the second sentinel because of the danger of the X, the cross slash, which I'm calling the Terminus Est after an FF14 attack that similarly uses that. But I don't want to be close because of that, because the easiest way to dodge that is just to be far left, like sides or above. I don't want to be terribly above because of the upward spin. And so that leaves, like, playing at a reasonable, either, like, playing on the sides or playing at a distance. And we have having a lot of these little buddies, and poison, we can play at a distance. Okay. We need to head down to Aria. Also, worth having a chat with Eva down there and like looking around the area once again. So, and there's a couple other of these Weaver nests worth looking into, if not this one. Bonk. There's the damage. Glad I don't have to think about falling damage. Imagine the world where that was damage. Oh, no thank you. I'm good, actually. Okay. In the hole, to the right. We're that powerful, huh? Not one hit on those. Yeah, Atla, I keep calling this Arya. But yeah, so over here... There was a place that, like, is it below here? I know we had a place that was like a big crafting table. It might have been a different one of these. Hold on, let me pull up my big map. Leave nest here. Oh, yeah, what if we just ask Eva about it?
Ask Eva.
Ooh, full Weaver Hunter. You can see we've got the strike enemies repeatedly from focused, needle text deadly or heightened focus with additional strengths increase lethality. So that's just a higher cap on the top left? Yeah, it looks like it's a higher cap now. And of course, if we find other... Okay.
Buenera.
Thank you, Eva. I appreciate getting to speak with you. Okay. So I think we're talking about up here to the right, this area. Yeah, so we might break free. So we might fall into spikes. I think this was just a... challenge bit. I think so. Because we had said where moss meets nest, so we'll head back that way. But we're in the right track for like a tool for freedom from the status quo. Maybe that up that there's that other bit, that little pip I put that is at me theorizing an up. Yeah. You can see it marked on my map. It's been here. This was literally here the whole time for me to find on one of these benches. I'm glad my instincts were right on that. That bump right there as a place to investigate. We just never came back here with Kung, where moss meets nest. Okay. With these, we have the power of... We have the hefty power of souls and a way and a means to snare our foe with them. I think our bit says we should go have it. Yeah. We have to actually, like, prep this. Yeah, so it looks like that thing up there builds up further for additional damage on this, which is wild. We already were on a pretty good amount of damage on this, so I'm pretty happy to have more upgrades. Thanks, Eva. Being even more damaging.
Jo Manel Prataka.
Okay. 9 health. Okay. Off we go. Up here. I'm happy we got, like... This game has a lot of these, like... How do I put it? Friendly spars. I like being able to have that for a fight. You know, chakra and proving ourselves to the second sentinel there. Fights that are not life and death, but rather...
Da, Fenestra.
Alright. Silk and Soul.
Gevig, ghetto.
Alright, we need to help with... Ooh, we got a little animated scene.
Not a miss. Sagrador.
Megina Fora.
Okay. So, they'll set the snare, but we still have to fight the fight. So we have defeat the Pale Monarch, but we also have destroy the soul snare. We're going to capture... So rather than bind the soul of the you know... Like the Pale Monarch again calls back to the Pale King, but in a different way. For the Grand Silk Mother, we're rather than bind to ourselves, you got to make one of those soul stones big enough to hold a god. Okay, then those are both at the top. Looks like we're back to doing that fight again. I would wager the existence of this might add a third, more frantic form. Or something after we snare and up to the terminus. Different terminus. So the last things we could do... We have fleas to go find. Those are things I will leave to future me. Notable and good to have, though. We know where our friends are located. Alright. Time to climb. Alright.
Me offended?
Elos.
Drive the beast down atop the snare. Okay. And we can use the Silksong to trigger it.
Let's view.
Rondaga. Alidara.
The Hornet has been around Hollow Nest enough to know, like, soul shaman magics and people. Alright. And we get my favorite bit. Challenge. Alright, round two. Grandma Silk. Oh boy. Yeah, we take 3 hits for that. I need to be a little more in the air for that hit. We're under it. Oh no! Yep, I... Too early. We're at half of our reserves? That's fine. I need to get back to get used to... Am I set how I want is a better question. Probably. These can be swapped out, because clearly they're not doing anything, but, like, what am I swapping them for? Yeah, you know. Alright. Play smart, keep yourself topped off. The normal things. Oh no. Heck. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Okay, too much going on there for me to follow. I need to keep myself out of those sides. Okay. Yeah, none of these are like... I'm pulling this off because I use it in error more than anything else. I'd rather have speed binding than guts. I don't think I can afford to stand around in this. I wonder where the third still card is. Okay, I'm using half measures when I need to be using a full on those. This. Okay. Full basically everything. But yeah, I need to, I've been using this dash rather than the claw dash, and claw dash gets me through it. That's the big, like, difference I need to activate there. Like, spend them if you got them. Okay, there it's a little more dicey because of the thing. What? That was just the wrong button. Okay. And then we play. Yeah? Oh, uh-huh. Not just soul magic, abyss magic. Please. You remember what I talked about on Hollow Knight and the defeat of the Radiance? And how the Radiance was not something we could seal, the Radiance was not something we could overcome by research into like all these different ways of getting rid of it. And in the end, it's the abyssal powers that the ghost takes on and just overwhelms the godly being with the Radiance. We pull it down into the depths. It makes sense that that is also the way by which... Oh, here's the chapel lady there. Rather than soul magic, that being shamans working with abyssal magic is a very different problem. It is more akin to, in Dragon Quest VI, there's a demon lord, and there's a kingdom who thinks, we can't deal with the demon lord, we can't fight the demon lord, we don't have the power of the hero, but what we can do is summon another demon lord to fight the first demon lord. And, breaking through like that, with using abyssal magic to overcome Grandmother Silk, definitely has the awakening a second demon lord feel of, like, we've dealt with the problem and now there's, like, we have abyssal strings. Also, Lace rebelling and saving us. Ooh. Now we have the abyssal. Yeah, so you can see the abyssal threads. We've freed the kingdom, but at what cost? Is it even freed? That's, oh my god. Hi, I gotta be here to say that's really cool. Okay, thanks. You have to fight your way through the save file? Alright, and here we truly have... After us being saved from the abyssal pole by Lace, us waking up in Lace's little realm here.
Friend.
Okay. And you can see the spiral. The shamans have like a they were snails, right? That was their whole bit. God, I'm gonna really enjoy going back to Hollow Knight after this. Hold on, I want to go back to read the second Sentinel. Talent intelligence of this construct is far beyond others I've witnessed. They seem less built as a tool in serving the temple life itself. They are very cool. Heart of the haunting, lulled to slumber, desperate to wake. So yeah, like one of the ways that we had dealt with a god was put it to sleep. Okay, we need to figure out what the hell's going on now. What has overcome you know, what has overcome Farloom now that looks like the abyss has taken hold? Like, and this is the opposite of our transformation from the radiance in right? Like, we're gonna see oh, we are in a not doing well state. Much like the beginning of the game where we had just escaped from capture and oh no. We had just escaped from like both capture and a suppression of our powers. How's Lace? Like, it did not look like Lace is it a, oh no, the architect. The eternal Farloom. Not eternal. Oh. Yeah, so yeah, see where you have the architect. Look how broken it is here, and you can see it overtaken. You know how I've been, like, singing Act 2 songs since we played through this? More specifically, climbing to the top of the city. Now I'm thinking of, Light Up the Night. What would we do if they held them still? What you get is a broken machine. Light of the Night's a really good track. Act 2's a really good album, if you haven't, like, actually listened to a Proto Men album. Like, yes, it's like a rock opera story thing, but the album itself is also incredibly good. What would they do if we had them still? We can see the... Abyssal magics, huh? I need to actually heal rather. Am I on a different crest right now? Hold on, I had yeah, I'm on an off. I'm completely unequipped. Okay. Okay, doing that gets me full health for the rest for this though, so. But yeah, so we're okay, so now rather than like the silk haunting taking effect, we have the like abyssal strings taking hold. Not great. But now I got full health, so this should be all. I deal with you first, I don't like flyers. Ooh, menacing. Yeah, this can't be like a huge fight because like we need, this is a demonstration of what's so backing off of the gameplay narrative pieces and going towards like the functional pieces. This is a very small arena to give us a feel for what has changed. We're seeing enemies now have abyssal moves. Enemies now have what feels like a higher health total and are more dangerous to deal with. So we have a whole new set of things we're going to learn. God. And yeah, there's an abyssal, Dot! Got bonked because I don't have my guts on. Of course I don't have my guts on. Why would I? But yeah. I wonder if that arena's still the same or if we need to do that again. If it is, we're fine. The first time I got hit in that arena was me trying to use a tool that I don't have equipped. That's why you saw the spear come out. Yeah, because we broke that floor. It's still good. Let's keep diving deeper. We need to get out of here so that we can find out what's changed in the world, how all our friends are. Right? We have how is Sherma, Chakra, how's everybody we know? How are we? How's the Abyss affected us? We've been near abyssal powers. We've seen abyssal powers before. This isn't new to us, but the problem in the last. out cold. How are our friends?
Oh, Cory, what's that?
Sherma here with like the caretaker robes? Oh, that's so cute. I loved hearing the tiny tink while we were knocked out.
Buenera.
Well, Sherma, what? Yeah,
Oh, Cory, what's that?
the Great Breaking.
Ben Vetra. Nesvir.
Yeah, and we there may not be many who know abyssal powers. We know abyssal powers. Also, we need talking with the caretaker is a good first step.
Oh, Ben Ventra.
Okay, we need to go talk to his family down below. AKA, we need to go talk to all of our, the rest of it.
Husbin?
Yeah.
And Ben Vetra.
Caretaker Sherma. Oh,
Masker.
dig deep and help each other. Okay, pay me, but also. We got these for walking around. Put our compass back on, because... And then put on our pendant, our rosary pendant. Okay. Now we're back to 20. What is that? The world goes gray for just a moment. Are the terminuses? Yeah. Okay. So we've lost the terminuses. And we've lost this area. We also now have, oh, we have so many people we need to go see. We need to go see how the fleas are. We need to go see how Bellheart is. We need to go see how... our little buddy is. We need to go see so many people. And then we need to go it might be a walk, honestly, all the way down to the Moss Grotto to talk to our shamans and see what has occurred. Yeah, it looks like we've lost the oh boy, I do not want to be fighting these things on a... Yeah. Okay. Perhaps big enough to not be abyssally. Where's this gonna take me if... Okay. I understand. It looks like we might have to go hit these places up in either... Like, to free back. We might have to reopen each of these individually. We'll see. Perhaps that's just the first shrine. I'm gonna use this to go... I want to walk over to Fleetopia. Oh my god. No! The perfect creature. I'm up 1-4. The Abyssal Wiggler. Yeah. We have a million things to do now. We've entered a world altered. So in Hollow Knight, we had a very small version of this. In the Crossroads, the first area in the game, also where the Temple of the Hollow Knight is, with the final boss, where the radiance was sealed. In that area and that area alone, once you grabbed one Dreamer, I think was the trigger for it. The Crossroads would become the infected Crossroads, the infection from the Hollow Knight, reaching out and corrupting the area itself, showing the growing threat that, like, no, the Dreamer, the Hollow Knight cannot, the Radiance cannot be awakened. It must be awakened. Much like the Grandmother Silk, I suppose. There's an up on that cradle. Interesting. Okay. I was like, up from here? The secret? Ooh. Alright, in we go. Might have wanted to equip the, ignore, Abyssal. Oh boy. Everything can be Abyssal, huh? Yeah. Okay. While we're here... Oh. Good. I don't want to leave here. We have the safe music playing here, but it's off kilter.
Ada!
You can hear it, right? Hello? Okay. You could hear the music being slightly off. Oh my god, what the the belly. Okay, don't get close. close to the walls either. Walls hate you. Okay. Oh boy. Verticals too. Okay. And both of them. Okay. Yep. Okay, alright, okay. The music here being different is such a thing. Got our safe station. Is that our actual station theme? Now that I think about it? Oh god, there's so much now. I'm just like... Alright, we have a friend to help. We got a fight to win. We got a gigantic worm to beat. Oh boy. We don't... Ah! Okay. With the return of abyssal powers, by the way, we have a way more direct connection to Hollow Knight. You know, obviously, like, a lot of stuff we've been doing here in Silksong has been its own thing, with, like, minor ties back to Hollow Knight itself, right? And, like, much more... when we say we have the Abyss back, right? Ooh. Those things are trying to help, but they're not. Oh boy. Okay. I don't know if you noticed what was going on there, but the little cog flies were actually doing some pretty massive harm in that like the little explosives that are being popped out are like, you want to hit them back and like then that'll trigger their explosive piece. When we were hitting them back there, or when the little cog flies were out, they were hitting those in a I'll play this way. So like they were getting bopped and exploding way earlier than they should be, setting off some. Yeah, see, like that. Yeah, we have more control without that. I didn't realize how that was harming us. Bells. Double plasma. Little lifebloods. Sometimes, but not always. Not going for that. Yeah, too close. Damn. But those bombs are clearly the most powerful thing in this fight and the thing that needs the most, like, care put into it. Oh, I'm on 0? Oh boy, this is gonna be interesting. Okay. faster. Damn it. God, I just shouldn't go for it. No, every time. No, it's a mistake. Your range isn't good enough and you're not going to get the hit. Okay. Damn. Oh, okay, okay. This is useful. Oh, I'm not sitting at the bench. But yeah, so we don't want to go after the explosives because, like, unless they're on their first bounce, because, like, they just sort of trigger when you get close, and we don't have the range to hit them away at that point. Good enough from above. Plasma. That's a good defense if I can do that. Oh, we triggered another phase or something? Oh! Our buddy, our buddy, our buddy, our buddy. Buddy.
Ada.
The beastlings! Wait, we do have a homeward bone? Okay. Also the little cute little buddies. Oh. Yeah. Look at them pounce. And Trill, and, oh, they're so cute. So like if I'm here. Doink. Okay, yeah, I have a homeward bone. Also, we're not out of we're out of plasmids. I need to. This is actually a pretty useful thing to just have. All right, I'm gonna put back on my favorites. These doing like causing problems was unique for them. All right, I think that's so nice. It also means like my trip out to Fleetopia will be better. All right, one second. I'm gonna be right back. Let you hang out with our buddies here. Just let them pounce a little bit. And then we'll go check out fleas. Okay. Hello, I'm back. One thing I'm gonna do quick while we're here, just for wandering. We're gonna go to Fleets, and then we're able to call back. God, everything being possibly but not actively abyssal. That thing as an abyssal is terrifying, right? See it. Through here. Okay. Okay, it gives you temporary, not fully, it looks like. Anyway. How are y'all doing? Our travels end soon, the world will be at an end, but we're through with friends.
Kazak Katsa.
Fayoma.
Olenkov.
We're in the world of ruin. Final end comes.
Fenestra.
All right. We called upon the power of the abyss. Now we just need to free it from the...
Danovich. Pashma Ganovic.
Tråkig.
Such beast is sorrowful.
Tråkig.
I can see why anyone would think that this is the end, huh? The world is shaking and suffering. Alright. I think with where I have right now as far as time, I think this is where I need to stop. Sadly, there's so much. We've entered a whole new world, and I need to see how things have changed. How the world is now in a different state of ruin, and what we can do to fix that. So let's stay here with friends, safe and sound for a little bit. Let these fleas chill. Hornet will hopefully be, hopefully we'll be able to find a way through this. But we did deal with we dealt with Mortimer, and now we've summoned Nocturnus, right? This is good, isn't it? I'm glad my musings about Hollow Knight specifically felt pretty meaningful to come back around to this as our, like, Act 3, seeing more of the Abyss. Seeing the Abyss with, like, the abyssal threads, perhaps the power bound of the Grandmother Silk still being used in, worse ways. But yeah, that's gonna be it. Next time we're gonna be exploring the world for a long time here. It's gonna be it's not an exploration of like everything in the world, but it's an exploration of everyone. So there's a lot of places we're gonna need to stop at. Anyway, thank y'all for joining. Have a good night, y'all.